What is up, everybody? In this video we are starting a rebellion.
Speaking little white lies, I've got a rebel soul. 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 Just get down with it, down with it, down with it. Just get down.
Hey, what is up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. How are we all doing, people? Let me know in the comments, and while you're down there, I need to know something from you. Have you ever had a pair of Mizuno running shoes? It's quite a common thing, I found, that sometimes during your running career, you've probably ended up in a pair of Mizunos. You've probably gone to your local running store, maybe they were on discount, or you got told to go into those, whether it be the Inspire or the Wave Rider. It's quite a common thing now that people at some point have owned a pair of Mizuno running shoes. So we've got today the Rebellion. Now this is quite a big departure for Mizuno. They've gone all super foam on us and glass fibre plates and all that kind of stuff. But is it any good? Well, in this video we're going to find out. So let's get stuck in. Okay, people, so the Rebellion. Firstly, what is it? I would class this shoe in that sort of training and competition area. So think Puma Deviate Nitro, think Fuel Cell TC, along that side of lines. I wouldn't necessarily think, well, you could say Endorphin Speed, but we'll come on to that in a bit. Actually, Endorphin Speed, yeah, is probably a good shout, and we'll come on to where this all fits in and all that sort of stuff later on in the video. But before we do anything, we need to talk about the stats and features, so let's do that first. So this Mizuno neutral running shoe has an 8mm drop. It's £180. We'll come on to the price in a little bit. Mesh upper, some really cool sort of design work on that mesh upper with the flying bird. It has got the biggest tongue known to man. I actually was off the coast of Southend sailing along in these the other week. Look how big that is. Let me know. It's actually gusseted, believe it or not. A little bit of foam around the heel, so it's comfy. We've got Pebax foam, so this is one of those super foams, so think Saucony Speed, that kind of stuff. So we've got a Pebax based foam here. We've got a glass fibre plate. Usually, or predecessors of the Mizuno shoes, if I could get my words out, have been that sort of TPU plate, that wave plate's been like a plasticky plate. We've gone glass fibre on this, so it's not carbon, it's glass fibre. And if you look, well, it might not come out, but it sort of goes there and then thins out around there. They've actually done some cool design work on the outside, which is very good, by the way, where the glass fibre plate is, and you can actually see it under there. They cut that out to save weight. Talking of weight, let's weigh it. We are going, I think it's just under 10 ounces from memory. Yeah, 9.4 ounces. I'll do the grams because I have been lazy recently. 266 grams for this shoe. In terms of fit, it's very wide. I actually think I could have got away with a UK 9 in this. Now, if you're new to the channel, basically 95% of the shoes I wear are the UK 9.5. But I think I might have been able to get away with a UK 9 in this. It does feel a little bit big on foot, and I've taken it off now, but I have been running with a runner's knot on the shoe because I wanted to show you the tongue. But I've been running with a runner's knot on the shoe to tighten it right down. I think that's it. We've got a little bit of structure in the heel. You can see the glass plate there on the medial side as well. I told you about the outsole, which is just incredible. Right, so now how does it feel? So the ride is a real, I would say, game changer from Mizuno, because their previous shoes, and I'm talking Wave Ride and that sort of stuff, they're a bit unexciting, unsexy, and there's fabulous technology in them, but they don't really bring a hell of a lot to the party considering what else is out there in terms of daily trainers. What they've done by sticking the Pebax in here with the glass fibre plate is they've created a springy and more enjoyable ride out of the shoe. It's definitely one of those shoes that gives you plenty of feedback. As I say, springy is the best word, or bounce is another great word from it. And more so as a heel striker, or sort of mid to heel striking, you can really feel the bounce off the heel. I wouldn't say the glass fibre plate is doing anything for me in terms of heel to toe transition. I don't feel like it's sort of snapping me through like a carbon plate. So like, as I say, I'm comparing this to like a Fuel Cell TC or the Puma DV8 Nitro. And I'll probably do a review of that, actually, a comparison, but it hasn't got the same sort of, I don't know, propulsion of those shoes, but you definitely get a nice spring, a nice bounce from the midsole compound. So that's an improvement over previous shoes. The upper's okay, it's breathable. It is a little bit thick. It's like a lot of the shoes this year. I don't know why they've gone so thick, but it's okay in terms of breathability. It's slightly better than some of the competition out there. It's comfortable around the heel, so it's an improvement over like the Puma that a lot of people are worried about the heel slip. In terms of the stability of the shoe, it is a wide platform, so there's no problems with moving around despite it being a slightly softer foam compound. You don't seem to rock around at all, so that's good. The outsole, which I've said, is great. The weight's not that much of a problem. It's kind of, now I'm being really unfair here, it's kind of heavy when you compare it to some of the other shoes out there, but it's in line with like the Puma and stuff like that, so I'm not going to go mad about the weight. I would have preferred it being a bit lighter, but that's not the end of the world for me. I personally see this as more of a daily trainer really than the training competition. You may get away with wearing this in a sort of half marathon. It's probably up to like 10k half marathon, but after that I think there's much better out there, and that's the problem with this shoe. So the biggest problem with this shoe, apart from the competition, and we'll come on to that in a second, is the price. £180 is absolutely the wrong price for this shoe. This shoe should be £100, no question, maybe £120. £180 is a liberty. And I don't know who they're trying to kid by putting it out at that price. I just think it's just too strong. If you spend £180 on this, go and see your doctor and get them to check what's going on up here, because there's got to be something wrong up there. You do not want to be spending £180. If this shoe comes down, and I reckon it will because not many people buy it, at £180, if this shoe comes down to that £100 mark, then it becomes interesting, and then it becomes a challenger to the Puma DV8 Nitro, your Fuel Cell TC, which you might find too soft. This is then something that you may want to try. In terms of competition, apart from those two shoes, is again, we go back to my point, I think in most of my videos at the moment, is you've got the socket endorphin speed. Now, I appreciate that's not for everybody, and it can be unstable, but the socket endorphin speed, the first version is under £155, but the second version is about £150, £155 at the moment. You'd be nuts not to go and pay that money and buy that shoe if you're looking for something in terms of training and competition. And that is, again, the biggest problem for Mizuno. It is up against, I believe, in what it's trying to do against the socket endorphin speed, and it just can't compete, not a chance against the socket endorphin speed. Like I said, I think this is more probably a good comparison against the Puma DV8 Nitro. If you didn't get on with that because of the heel rubbing, then this could be a good comparison. But the DV8 Nitro is a lot cheaper than this. I think you can get that shoe for under £100 now, and even cheaper on some places. So for this shoe, personally, I would say stay away from it until it becomes on sale and becomes a lot cheaper. If you're looking at this training or competition area, you want something a little bit snappy, a little bit more up-tempo out of your daily training, maybe with a plate, then look at the DV8 Nitro, or of course, get the socket endorphin speed.